$5. That's it to get in on this growing universe is something that I take very, very seriously. This was a lifelong dream of mine. It was one that I never thought that I would be in a position to actually see through, right? You daydream. Hey, got aspirations of being a comic book writer. Maybe I'll work for the big dogs. And then you get in this position, thanks to the followers that you have, the supporters that you have, and you get to do your own shit, which is miles better than me going to work for someone else, right? Get to actually start a universe from the ground up and get people invested in it. Pretty much everybody here, for the most part, unless there's some really, really old cats that are out there, you were not around when Marvel and DC first started. And this isn't saying that to knock any of those guys. I'm specifically mentioning that because, well, it's different to get in late versus being able to get in early with a ever expanding universe with so many different characters. And Lord willing, customers willing, we're going to be around for the next several decades and continuing to produce for you guys and giving you a universe to get lost in, to actually get invested in, to actually nerd out about. And everything that we do as far as our business structure is concerned is centered around that, right? Giving you guys a sandbox to play in, to have a blast, meet other people. You know, we have things that are out there that are available to us that we've taken advantage of. We have a retailer's portal, for example. So if there are local comic book shops that want to get in on the Rippaverse, they can. We have some great partners there. Shout out to our guys at mycomicshop.com, for example. We love those guys. And that said, if, you know, as much as we can keep this independent, we're going to, okay? We want to expand, obviously, where the opportunity arises, but we don't want to compromise ourselves and the company theme as well as our goals. I say it all the time because it's important to mention that I am the sole owner of this company, and it will remain that such. Okay, it will remain that way. It will remain as such, and I want to make sure that everything that we do, we have control over, and it's gonna, you know, when we can expand, we will expand, but not for the sake of, you know, getting someone that, you know, like an investor that wants to buy in on it, or having to rely on these external factors in order for us to be able to produce. We don't want to ever get to that point. So we'll remain independent. And that means that it's going to be it's going to be a controlled growth, but I'm okay with that. And I think you guys are okay with it as well. And we're going to make our mistakes along the way. We're going to take our lumps. We're going to learn. And that's part of the experience. And that's also fun because really we're doing things new. And I'm not saying that I'm reinventing the wheel, like in terms of being a publisher. No. I'm saying that, you know, doing it our way is our way. It's unique to us. We're really trying to take advantage of the technology that's available to us, as far as like with social media, and just strictly getting with the times, not operating on these old sort of archaic models and going through things and going through the motions just because that's what everybody else does or that's what the industry does. We're trying to make this unique to us and unique to our buyers as well. So that is, you know, that's what I mean when I say it's like, well, this is unique to us. We're doing it our way. I'm not going out there telling people to try to replicate what we do, because you can't, and I can't replicate what you do, right? There's a set of circumstances that we have, be it myself as the owner and what I have at my disposal, as well as just a general talent that we have here. It's just unique to the Rippaverse. So that there's nobody that I can really reach out to in that regard that I can say, hey, how did you do it? Unless it's like something very specific. And then there, yeah, I do that. Hell, I do that today, right? If there's somebody that's doing something, I'm like, okay, how did you do it? I'll ask them if I want to know, if I'm intrigued by it. But all encompassing, the overall company, it's just a new phenomena, right? And it's very unique to how we do things here at the Rippaverse. And that's what I mean when I say there's going to be lumps taken along the way. And there's going to be things that we just absolutely nail it on. And this is why I always say we want to do more of what works and less of what it doesn't. When there's something that we do, and oftentimes this isn't anything that you see, it can be something from the distribution element of it or the aspect of it, and we're like, okay, and Brandon can fill me on this. There was been things that we did, and we're like, oh, this doesn't make sense for us. It's illogical. It's logistically a nightmare. So we need to pivot, right? And let's do more of what works.
Clip, clip, and snip, snip.